Which kind of divisiveness do you like less, public or private divisiveness?
Define each.
He's about to make the worst point in the world. Oh God, he is, and it's going to trigger me because he should know better. Oh.
I prefer the liberal policies over the.
Which kind of divisiveness do you like less, public or private divisiveness?
Define each.
I tell you to your face, I don't like you, versus I tell you to your face, I like you so much, but I go behind your back and tell everybody how much of a whatever you are. Which one do you respect more?
I respect the public.
I do as well.
Right.
No, that is absolutely wrong. That is wrong in every single leadership platform you will ever be a part of in your entire life. I don't know what the Krasenstein's background is for business, but if this guy was in a business, you should know that. If you have an issue with people who are part of your leadership team, you don't express that in front of employees. Same thing with two parents. If you've got an issue with each other, you don't express that in front of your children. Private disagreement is fine and it's healthy to resolve issues or problems or to make sure you're on the same page for things. But publicly, you always present a united front. This idea that like, oh, well, when you somebody publicly, that means you're a truth sayer, but when you do it behind their back, you're like a sleazy little backstabber is bullshit. What a 5-year-old way of looking at leadership structure. How stupid. There is no competent leadership team in the world that would tell you that like, oh yeah, for a business, if you've got a problem with another C-level exec, or if you're a supervisor, you got a problem with another supervisor, manager, problem with a manager, whatever, make sure that you call them out publicly. That's absolutely the best way to do it. What an unbelievably stupid take here.
Which one do you respect more?
I respect the public.
I do as well.
Right.
Yeah, that's what half the American people respect. Half the American people kind of respect the fact that he's not telling you something publicly, and if he doesn't like somebody, he's going to tell you. We as Americans, for whatever reason. Yeah.
It seems like he was asking about his interpersonal preference, not necessarily in the context of business. No, come on. Of course, he's making the difference between Biden and Trump. He's saying, even though Trump, because he said, what kind of divisiveness do you like? And he's like, well, Trump is a good type of divisiveness because he says it straight, right? That's like the ultimate indication of somebody with less than 60 IQ is somebody who values somebody for their honesty without thinking about what they're saying, right? It's like a guy walking up to you and saying like, oh, I really want to, a whole bunch of people unconsensually. I want to a bunch of women. And you're like, wow. I actually can respect that you're so honest about that. Thank you. You're actually, damn, that's a strong character right there. You're honest. Wow. Like, hello? It's like you have to engage with what they're actually saying, okay? Being honest about something is, in and of itself, okay, yeah, generally it's preferable to lying, but just because you're honest about something doesn't mean it's good. Doesn't mean what you're saying is commendable. Doesn't mean you have high or good character.
As an immigrant myself who came here from another place, we're super skeptical. Super skeptical. And for me, I think Jay-Z said best in one of his songs. He says, don't tell me what somebody said about me. Tell me why that person was so comfortable to tell you what they said about me. Right? Okay. I respect the guy. They used to say 10, 15 years ago, they said, no one from New York. America's not ready for a president from New York. And this wasn't even with Trump. This was pre-Trump. Somebody from New York was running. I don't know if it was Christie that ran before Trump. There was somebody from New York running and saying, America's not ready for a New York president because the way people are in New York is just too much. You're from Jersey, so you kind of know the style of New York.
I mean, Giuliani, I guess.
You know what? It could have been Giuliani. It could have been Giuliani, yeah. And then, but today, I think Americans with social media are kind of like, you know what, man, I must much rather prefer a straight-up guy that's going to tell me how he feels than the fake stuff, because what social media did is, just 20 years ago, 30 years ago, a lot of this stuff would have gotten away, and people like us, we couldn't create content to just talk to regular people about our concerns. We just had to listen to those 5-6 different channels, right? Mm-hmm. Social media actually got some of the American people to say, I prefer a guy that's going to be straight up with me than a guy that's being deceiving me or divisive. So, yeah, I mean, I can...
Yeah, because Trump is never deceptive, ever. Of course not. No, not Donald Trump. Not the billionaire real estate guy. And it's also, I'm sorry, I bring this up every chance I can. Nothing is funnier than conservatives who think that like the everyman for them is a billionaire real estate mogul from New York City. That's just hilarious to me. That's just hilarious.
I understand your point about being divisive, but man, we gotta...
Yeah, no, I agree. I will say I respect him speaking his mind, right? Like that's fine. I think that just some of the wording he uses and the things he says can divide us, and he could say it in a different way.
I don't know if I disagree. I don't know if I'm going to sit here and say, oh, you're wrong and all this stuff. No, I totally get it. That's his wiring. You know how when Republicans say stuff like, if he would only stop them, who are you to tell him he's going to change at 74, now 70, what is he, 77 or 70? How old is he right now? I don't know how old he is. 77. You think he's going to change now? No, he ain't changing this guy. So either you have to take him for who he is, But you ain't changing no 77-year-old guy, right? So I get what you're saying, that maybe some of his words he says could, divide into all this stuff. Let's transition to the.
I love how some of the words that he says could divide us. Like, okay, bro. The guy who's known for giving political opponents nicknames, all right?
Can I bring up one little thing that you just said? And I think it's very important because, we are 5 dudes sitting around having a podcast. Men are way more comfortable hearing the straight up facts. Here's the deal. Vinny, you look like today. Thanks, Adam. All right, you're good. I appreciate it. If you tell a girl that, she will lose her mind. Of course, the truth.
That is I don't know if he's done too much red pill content. Yeah, men are way more comfortable with the truth than women are. That's the funniest. Even in a red pill dating context, that doesn't work. If you're a girl and there's a guy and you're not interested in him, you ghost him every single time because men cannot handle the truth. Guys will say like, "Oh no, just like tell me what went wrong. Like please, like I want to know. I want to know." It's like, okay, well, I thought you came on kind of strong, I'm like, wait, hold on, no, I didn't. Wait, hold on, wait. When you saw that message, I was just blah, 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 blah. Like, come on, the idea that like, oh yeah, men can deal with the facts, the truth, and women are just these emotional babies, bro. Everybody's got their hangups. Everybody's got issues where they don't want to hear the truth on some shit. They want to hear the truth on others. Like, out of here with this bullshit. Men want to hear facts and logic. Women are just emotional boob havers that feed children with their tits. Like, oh, kill me, bro.
Men are a lot more comfortable hearing, the tough news, the tough pill to swallow. Like, how'd you position the question? Would you rather hear the tough
Can you describe
behind your back or in front of your face? How'd you word it, Pat? Okay. So men are comfortable with that. That's why by an overwhelming margin, men vote for Trump, right? Whereas most women cannot take the cold hard truth, right? And
oh my God. That is such a cope. Oh my God, that's such a cope. Oh my God, kill me.
They will, not want to hear the bad news. The whole thing with Trump was, the economy's going to inflation's falling apart, gas prices, Afghanistan, everything you want to put, Ukraine, everything, but no more mean tweets. So the rhetoric is really.
Men are so good at handling bad news that when their favorite sports teams lose, they beat the shit out of their partners. Like, these are the unemotional, godlike creatures, okay? Men are so good at controlling their emotions that they bump into each other in the street, depending on how poor they are, they'll kill somebody over it, okay? These are the cold, emotionless, stoic, rational beings that run our planet. Give me a break. Oh my God.
The biggest problem, especially for women.
I don't know if that's the majority of the reason why women don't vote for him. I think there's other reasons too, like abortion and Trump's comment about grabbing women, and I think there's other things at play there too.
Most people vote for personality, not policies.
Yeah,
most people. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would.
And they just can't handle his personality. And a lot of people can't. I get it. I totally get it.
He's not saying all women, but generally speaking, it's true. No, generally speaking, it's not true. There are going to be cases where. Here's what's probably happening, okay? This is what's probably happening. What's probably happening is we care about different things. So when you talk about those things to each other, people will interpret your response or lack of response as how cold and logical you are. So for instance, you might be able to go up to a guy and say, bro, your hair looks like today. And the guy doesn't care much. And if you go up to a woman and say the same thing, she'll super care. And then a guy will look and go like, oh, look, see, men are way easily able to, they're able to handle facts and logic way better than women can. No, it's probably a matter of what do you care about, right? Guy might not give as much about his appearance. The woman might have just spent $300 getting her hair done, and she cares more about the way that it looks, right? So if you insult something like that, of course they're going to care more, right? Whereas if you walk up to a woman and, she's having trouble moving around the kitchen, damn, you're fucking weak as shit. She's probably yeah, I know. Whereas if you tell a guy damn, you're weak as shit, this dude might literally snap his spine in half trying to prove how manly he is carrying around the house, okay? Different people care about different things. It's your fault if you're interpreting somebody's lack of care of something and assuming that they have the same type of investment that you have, down the line on every single topic. People have things they care about. If you insult some people on some things or facts say on some things, some people are really going to care about some things. Some people are really not going to give a about other things. Just they don't give a about something doesn't mean that they don't give a about anything. It's just such a stupid, naive, 5-year-old way of looking at the world.
Understand.
But I mean, Biden doesn't have a personality.
Zero. He doesn't even know what the hell he is.
Would you acknowledge the only reason that Biden got elected was because he was not Trump?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Nobody's rallying for Biden. Yeah. He's beatable. He's vulnerable. Nobody has Biden side.
Nobody's excited about Biden.
Zero. Yeah. It's just you've got 35% of the country that is obsessed with Trump. Nobody has that candidacy. Nobody has that. And you have 50% of the country that's yeah, I hate that guy. Yeah. And it's a law of large numbers. So
Trump brings people to the polls. That's why we saw two record-breaking candidates.
Does that mean if we have a woman president, she's going to waste our money on their hair? It wouldn't surprise me if Trump has spent more money on cosmetic stuff than any president in the history of the United States. How much is that orange dye costing him? How many toupees did this guy go through? What do you mean? You want to talk about cosmetic? Bro, Trump isn't even a natural human skin color.
It's all because of Trump.
Yeah, we went to the GOP debates, and it was almost like wait, the main fighter's not here? Like we were just watching undercards, and it was cool to watch, but I was just like, it missed like you got like that personality. And I'm probably if you're gonna go so much, I just wanted to ask, do you guys think we would be where we are today with all the, I mean, crime is ridiculous, the border, gun violence, inflation, recession, and at the end of the day, do you guys think the Russia situation would be happening? Because if Trump was this Russian asset, he's Putin's, like we heard all that.
I appreciate that, Destiny.
All right, bye.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.